Hey guys, if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, Flashback Videos. I really hope you like what I'm going to show you today, and of course, if you're a regular here, then a big thank you for coming back. Today's flashback movie is 2002's fantasy sequel, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Frodo and Sam continue their journey towards Mordor to destroy the One Ring, meeting and joined by Gollum, the ring's former keeper. As usual, if you like what you see, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then you could even subscribe to the channel. As you know, it doesn't cost anything, and it really helps me out. Okay, so with all that being said, let's do this. Directed, as you probably know, by Peter Jackson, with a screenplay by Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens, the movie was released by New Line Cinema in December 2002, with a running time of pretty much 3 hours. The Two Towers was again filmed in New Zealand, with a budget of just over $90 million, but went on to gross almost $950 million worldwide. The Fellowship continues their quest to destroy the One Ring. Frodo and Sam discover they are being followed by the mysterious Gollum. Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli the Dwarf encounter the besieged Rohan kingdom, whose once great King Theoden has fallen under Saruman's deadly spell. This instalment of the series follows the story of 8 separate heroes: Pippin and Merry, the lost hobbits who aid the Ents in battle; Gandalf, Aragorn, Gimli and Legolas, who held back the hordes at Helm's Deep; and then you have Frodo and Sam, who continue to make their dangerous and arduous trek to Mount Doom. The young hobbit who inherits One Ring from his uncle Bilbo, Frodo Baggins, was played by actor and producer Elijah Jordan Wood, who was born in Iowa in 1981. Wood made his movie debut with a small part in 1989's Back to the Future Part 2, and went on to achieve recognition as a child actor with roles in the likes of Radio Flyer, Forever Young, and The Adventures of Huck Finn. Currently living in Texas, he's been married to Danish movie producer Mette Marie Kongsved since 2019, and they have a child together. Born in England in 1939, the great Sir Ian Murray McKellen played Frodo's mentor and sometimes protector, the starry wizard Gandalf the Grey. McKellen began his career on the stage in the early 60s, and made his big screen debut at the end of the decade, starring in 3 movies: The Promise, Alfred the Great and A Touch of Love. Although this is without doubt his best known role, he has also portrayed the lead role in Richard III, James Whale in Gods and Monsters, and of course Magneto in the X-Men movies. He was in a relationship with history teacher Brian Taylor until 1972. Actor, author, musician, photographer, poet and painter Viggo Mortensen Jr. was born in New York in 1958 and played the part of Strider, better known as Aragorn. Mortensen's debut role was in Witness with Harrison Ford, but he went on to appear in the likes of Carlito's Way, Crimson Tide and Psycho. However, this is the role that shot him to international stardom. Since 2009, he's been in a relationship with Spanish actress Ariadna Gil, and though the couple reside in Madrid, Mortensen spends much of his time in the United States. Actor, producer and director Sean Patrick Astin, who was born in California in 1971, played Samwise Gamgee, the Hobbit gardener who is Frodo's best friend and better known as just Sam. Astin's first acting role was as a child with an abusive mother in the 1981 TV movie Please Don't Hit Me Mom, but he came to fame playing Michael Mikey Walsh in the 80s hit movie The Goonies. He's been married to former Miss Indiana Teen USA Christine Howell since 1992, and they have 3 daughters. Born in England in 1964, actor, director and producer Andrew Clement Serkis played the part of the wretched hobbit-like creature, originally known as Smeagol, or Gollum. After several minor roles, mainly in British movies and on TV, Serkis is another one of those actors who has The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings franchises to thank for his rise to fame. It allowed him to star in the likes of 13 Going on 30, as serial killer Ian Brady in Longford, musician Ian Dury in Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll, and of course as Supreme Leader Snoke in Star Wars. The elf from Mirkwood, Legolas Greenleaf, who is the Prince of the Woodland Realm, was portrayed by Hollywood leading man Orlando Jonathan Blanchard Copeland Bloom, who was born in England in 1977. After his first screen appearance with a small role in the 1997 movie Wild, Bloom's breakthrough role came as the famous blacksmith Will Turner in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. After recently relocating to Australia for the filming of Wizards, he's been engaged to American singer and songwriter Katy Perry since 2019, and she gave birth to their daughter in 2020. Born in Brisbane, Australia in 1967, Miranda Otto played Theoden's niece, Eowyn, who is in love with Aragorn. Miranda began her acting career in 1986 at the age of 18 and appeared in a variety of movies in Australia, with her debut coming in Emma's War, in which she played a teenager who moves to Australia's bush country during World War II. When initially asked by Steven Spielberg to appear in the big-budget blockbuster War of the Worlds alongside Tom Cruise, Miranda thought she would have to turn down the role due to her pregnancy, but the script was reworked to accommodate her. The King of Rohan, Theoden, who is under Saruman's spell until Gandalf heals him, was played by English actor Bernard Hill, who was born in Manchester in 1944. Hill first came to prominence playing troubled hardman Yozza Hughes in the 1980s The Boys from the Black Stuff. But in addition to this role, he is most well recognised for playing Captain Edward Smith in Titanic, and Luther Plunkett, the warden of San Quentin Prison in the Clint Eastwood film True Crime. Living in Suffolk, Hill is married to Marianne and they have a son together. Born in Wellington in 1972, New Zealand actor Karl-Heinz Urban played Eowyn's brother, Eomer. Urban's career began with appearances in New Zealand movies and TV shows such as Xena, Warrior Princess, and his Hollywood debut was in the 2002 horror movie Ghost Ship. Since then he's starred in many high-profile movies, including as Leonard Bone McCoy in Star Trek, Varko in the Riddick movie series, and John Reaper Grimm in Doom. Urban was previously married to his longtime partner Natalie Wihongi, and they had 2 children, but announced their separation in 2014. The Elf of Rivendell, Arwen Udemiel, who is Aragorn's lover, was played by well-known actress, producer, singer and former model Liv Rundgren Tyler, who was born in New York City in 1977. Having started her modelling career at the age of 14, Liv later decided to focus on acting and made her movie debut in 1994's Silent Fall. With homes in both London and Malibu, Liv has been engaged to British sports and entertainment manager David Gardner since 2015, and they have 2 children. Now, as I said at the beginning, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and maybe got something out of it, even if you don't decide to watch the movie. Once again, please don't forget to smash that like button, or even subscribe to the channel. You know you want to, and it is free.